Hello and welcome to my channel. It's August 2021, just hit my 77th. I'm about 9 months into my reclamation project, and while I've recently posted a couple of performance pieces, it's been a while since I recorded an update on my skill progression. Now, that's because I hit a wall about 2 months ago and I've just been unable to break through it. When I started, back November of last year, I could only reliably hit 5 notes, low C to G. Over time, my sight, reading, breath control, and range have improved. Now from low C to middle C is dependable, plus notes below that range, although they're not used that often. And if I work up to them, I can also hit D and E above mid C. Generally, that's it. You might have heard on the second time I played that D, there was a little bit of a crack at the end. I'm right there. That's really at the edge of my range. The F and G above it, I can sometimes hit it, but generally not. And if I do, it's just not reliable. And so what do? They're needed for most of the trumpet pieces that I want to play. At my friend Terry's suggestion, I booked a session with local trumpet instructor Groom Mears. That was a very enjoyable hour, and he was able to point out quite a few things that may seem simple in hindsight, but just had totally escaped me. Hopefully, following his advice, I'll be able to come back in a couple of months, do another cut here, and illustrate just how those F and Gs have been nailed. A brief illustration of the problem and possible solution. Simply put, you can't get better at pull-ups by practicing jumping jacks. I was failing to get better at the top of my range because I wasn't trying. I was practicing primarily in the mid and lower ranges. My normal startup routine focused on the mid and low range just to kind of loosen up the lip, get it ready to go. Each note separated one step. Then I would put in what's called an arpeggio, where you play like every other note, a little bit harder, but not that bad. But again, mid-range, low range, nothing going up top. Next, I would then go to my books, The Essential Elements for Band. I've referenced them before. Good set of exercises, stuff that's interesting to play, nothing really challenging too much. Skip the front half of the first book because it's really pretty fundamental. And then just wherever I happen to be in the book, I'd just pick up and start playing until my lips started getting tired. And I went back and looked at them. And what I find is they're all mid-low range. A couple of exercises would have some C's and D's and E's in there, but not many. So what I've done now, a couple of things. First, Groom said, change your startup. Add in high notes to the startup. So play your C scale, but add D and E on the top. Play it, get your lip used to playing it. Next, when I do the arpeggios, don't tongue each note. Use breath control to get there and lip slur to it. Don't change the fingering, don't change the tongue, lip slur. Much harder to do that, and you're focusing on air control and on your lip to accomplish it. Okay. Then I look at the exercises in the book, and what I've done is mark the ones that have the high notes, and those are the ones I play. So the ones that are focused on mid and low range, I just drop off. Okay. So those kind of changes that I've made to my routine, I've only been doing it for about a week to 10 days, but it seems to have some effect. My lip does get more tired more quickly. Can't go 45 minutes to an hour. It's now a half hour, 40 minutes maybe. But I'm working it harder, so that makes sense. And hopefully this new focus will allow me to break through my wall. Time will tell. So hopefully I'll see you in a month or so and be able to play those F and Gs a whole lot better. See you then.